This is Literature Club 247, your favorite platform on YouTube. This video is about a non-African prose titled Parts of Lucas. Parts of Lucas is one of the recommended non-African prose in the WAEC 2026 to 2030 syllabus. Earlier on this platform, we'll discuss the plot summary as well as chapters 1 to 31. So, if you need the link to the previous videos on this novel, just make a request through the comment section and the link will be sent to you. And let me also inform you that all the videos are linked together from the plot summary through all the chapters. Just make sure you watch one to the end. The next video pops up automatically. Let's go into the classroom. In the last chapter, that is chapter 31, Lucas and Isabel are expecting their grandchildren because Lucy is impregnated by Justine, while Richard also impregnated Jessie. In fact, Jessie is 6 months pregnant for Richard. Let's see what happens in this chapter. Lucy and Jessie now become closer as they discuss their pregnancy. Richard and Jessie are now counting days to become parents. One November morning, Richard calls Isabel and Lucas to inform them that Jessie is in labor. Isabel follows Richard and Jessie to the hospital. Jessie gave birth to a baby girl on November 12, 1979. Richard and Isabel are happy for the new baby named Paige. Isabel flashes back to the day she gave birth to Richard. Lucas and Isabel are happy that they are now grandparents. When Christmas draws nearer, Isabel is happy to see Paige in their midst and puts on the Christmas tree early. On the eve of Christmas, Isabel and Lucas take Elizabeth to church. When they are back, the children wait for them to open the Christmas gifts. The whole family is excited at this moment with the presence of Paige and all the family members coming together. A special breakfast is prepared the following morning. Richard and Jessie leave the Paige. Richard and Jessie live with Paige for Jessie's parents' house. That is, they go to Jessie's parents' house. Johnny visits Hangy, his girlfriend, at her parents' house. While Steve goes to his best friend's house, the children promise to be back for supper that Lucas and Isabel prepare. Lucy also leaves for lunch with Justine's family, and Thomas stays back to help his parents. Isabel and Lucy enjoy a cordial relationship. Everybody enjoyed the delicious supper prepared by Isabel. They then listen to Christmas carols in the great room by the Christmas tree. It is a great moment for John and Elizabeth to see their grandchildren and great-grandchildren together. James and Deborah are also present at the farmhouse with Donna and Scott. Paul, their oldest son, and his wife, Linda, are present with their children, Tommy and Lisa. Mary and Joe are also at the party. Joe is not drinking, but he has feeling hurt and suffering from cirrhosis of the liver. Mary's children are also in attendance to taste Isabel's food. After the feast, Lucas thanks Isabel for the wonderful meal for the whole family. He is proud of being her husband, while Isabel expresses how wonderful Lucas is as her husband and father. They go to their room after every place is clean. In the middle of the night, around 3 o'clock, Lucas receives a phone call from Jessie stating that Richard is not feeling fine. She says Richard can't breathe and that Lucas should come over to take them to the hospital. Lucas then explains to Isabel that Richard can't breathe well. He puts on his clothes and tells Isabel to follow him to take care of Paige. Isabel says he might be allergic to something he ate. Lucas says he was hale and healthy while leaving the house. Isabel pauses to tell Elizabeth what happened while Lucas goes to kick the vehicle. 10 minutes later, they arrive at Richard's apartment, where Chelsea is standing by the door carrying her baby. Richard sits in a chair, finding it difficult to breathe. Chelsea hands page over to Isabel as Lucas helps Richard to the car. Chelsea joins them and they rush to the hospital. Lucas shouts for help when they get to the hospital, and the nurses attend to them. One of the nurses attended to Richard after asking Lucas and Chelsea about his health condition. The nurse helps put him on the gurney while the doctor attends to him. The doctor orders oxygen to stabilize his breathing and is wheeled to the emergency room for observation. Lucas and Chelsea go to the nurse's station to give information about him, that is, about Richard. Lucas asks the nurse when they can see Richard. She tells them that the doctor will address them when he's done with him. The girl walks to the waiting room and prays silently. An hour later, the doctor walks into the room and tells them about Richard's condition. The doctor introduces himself as Dr. Franklin and shakes their hands. He says Richard's breathing is stabilized, but is still concerned about the cause of his respiratory tract swelling. He says the test results on him will be out the following day and wants him to stay for the night. Lucas is relieved that Richard is stabilized. He thanks the doctor for the urgent attention. Chelsea asks if they can see Richard before they go. The doctor offers to take them to his room. The following morning, Lucas, Isabel, Chelsea, and Paige visits Richard in the hospital. Chelsea tells Lucas and Isabel about the phone call he received from Richard early in the morning. When they arrive at the hospital, they go straight to the emergency room, but the bed is empty. Later, they see Richard chatting with other patients in the lounge. Richard excuses himself and meets his people. They walk to his room and he says goodbye to his new friends. Lucas asks him how he feels and he responds that he feels better than the previous night. He says the doctor will be there shortly to get the result of the test carried out the previous night. When they arrive in the room, the nurse tells him that the doctor will be coming with the test results. The nurse checks his temperature and comments on how beautiful Paige is. The doctor shortly walks into the room with Richard's test results. Dr. Franklin greets Richard, good morning, and nods at Lucas and Isabel. He says he has received the test results and explains that he's not a specialist in the department. There is an explanation of why he couldn't breathe well. He wanted to be sure that the diagnosis was right, so he referred him to Ottawa for more detailed tests. Richard seeks further clarification on the results and asks why he has to go to Ottawa again for tests since he is fine. The doctor explains that there are dark spots on his throat which could be cancerous. He, however, allays his fears that he's not an otolaryngologist to diagnose him. That's why he referred him to Ottawa for specific tests to diagnose the cause. The doctor says he might get better now, but could have another attack and may not be so lucky. That's why he wants him to stay in the hospital until they take him to Ottawa. Richard is in the hospital for observation, and the following day, the Ottawa Civic Hospital says there's a chance for him at the cancer unit. Lucas drives Richard to Ottawa with Chelsea and Isabel. The doctor announces the possibility of a tumor in Richard's throat, which shocks all of them. So that was chapter 32 of part of Lucas. And I told you it's one of the recommended non-African prose in the WAEC 2026 to 2030 syllabus. Please, if you are new on this platform, try and click on the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you'll be part of this class. And whenever any video is produced, you are going to be notified that there is a new video from Literature Hub 247. Like this video, you are free to share it on any social media platform. Invite your friends and colleagues to join us. Literature teachers in the house, please try and introduce this platform to your students so that they can also benefit from there. If you have any question or comments, send it to the comment section and it will be attended to. Thank you and God bless. Let's meet in the next class.